Oh yeah, if you're new here, hi, I'm Stevie. This is Spiritually by Stevie, and just as I was doing the pre-shuffle, I kept on getting the word epiphany. And I'm not sure if this is you that's having an epiphany or if somebody around you is having an epiphany, but it's like the fog's really lifted and my guides are playing the song. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So let's see what it is that the universe needs you to know right now. We're using the Morgan Greer deck today and the Gilded for clarification. So let's see what's occurring. Whoa! All right then, and that one too. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're showing up as the Queen of fucking Swords, which some people give her a bad rep. No, you're just grounded, balanced, honest, open, and standing in your very authentic self at the moment. And oh, this is somebody that's had an epiphany about you. Oh dear, this person is showing up as the Emperor in reverse. And they are not in their power at the moment, and it feels like they've had so many options around them, and there's so many things that they've tried to sneak off from, but the universe isn't letting them sneak away from anything anymore. This is, wow. Okay, so my guides are like, it's time for this person to confront the shit that they've been running away from. And oh my God, this person is a runner. They are avoidant. They don't do the things that they're supposed to do. They don't say the things that they're supposed to say. And the universe is not letting them operate like that anymore. This person is used to having all these facades going on around them. It's like they orchestrate situations to make them look like they're something that they're not. This is hilarious. Why the fuck would people want to do this? I'm sure this person has wasted so much time, effort and energy trying to convince the world and everybody around them that their life is a certain way, but it's actually not. It's the exact opposite. This person is not happy. This person is sitting in a hell of a lot of confusion. This person has made their own life be burdensome by their own doing, by their behaviours, by their actions. I'm not sure how this involves you. Oh, this is someone from the past, someone that you've dealt with before. Probably somebody that you're not in full communication with, or maybe you've not spoken to them properly for a while, but this person's not having a good time of it. As well as them showing up as the Emperor in reverse, we've also got the King of Swords here in reverse, which is hilarious considering that the Queen came out upright. If this was both ways up, this would be extreme power couple, kind of like unstoppable force kind of energy. And this person, I don't know if they weren't ready for that, if they weren't quite mentally prepared. My guides and Archangel Michael are both like, hurt people. This person that you either deal with loosely or you've dealt with quite a lot in the past, you'll know who it is just based on what it is that I've said so far. This person has been hurt in the past, and instead of sitting down with themselves and doing the work, it's like they're sitting and wallowing in the hurt and the pain and the suffering that someone caused them once upon a time, and now they're projecting that crap all onto other people, you included. This is a bit weird and wacky and out there today, but it could be closely related to the previous reading that I've done, so you might want to go and check that out. Right, tell me more about the Queen of Swords upright and the King in reverse. Oh God. King of Swords in reverse again. Hilarious. This person is liar pants on fire. Sorry. Just saying the messages as I'm getting called to do so. This person is stuck, or they have been very stuck in a repeated looping pattern that they've not been able to bust out of. And the reason why they've not been able to bust out of it is because, like, God give me strength. they don't feel like they have the strength to be able to sit down with their issues and deal with them like a grown-up. I feel like this comes back to money for this King of Swords / Emperor, both being in reverse. There's something that has them in a very codependent situation regarding money and finances. And they don't want to be there anymore. But they're not brave enough to break free. And they're not brave enough to break free because they haven't dealt with the hurt and the upset and the pain and the anguish that a previous situation has caused them. So instead of doing the right thing, they've done exactly what they were not supposed to do. They've ignored all guidance from the universe and from the people around them. Okay. This person sees people giving advice to them like it's something to compete with. They don't know how to take advice from people and take it on. They take it as a criticism. They take it to heart, and they're like, it really, really offends them. And all people are trying to do is help this masculine energy get out of a really shitty situation. I mean, on the bottom of the deck, we've got, oh God. On the bottom of the deck, we've got a lot of cards coming out in reverse. So we've got the Tower and the Six of Swords in reverse. They're trying to avoid some kind of having to move on from something because there's money involved. But this situation's toxic and they see that now. And despite this person trying to make changes in their life, they're making changes, but they're not doing it for the right reasons. Everything with this person comes back to money. And it feels very ego-driven and like finance bro kind of based. And that's not how life should be lived. You can have all the money in the world and still be miserable if you've got a closed heart space. You know that. Right? Money does not buy you happiness. Money buys you nice things, but it does not make you happy. And this person is like, they're cottoning on to that factor before. In the past, I feel like this person's been able to chuck money at their problems to make it go away. When they've felt a bit shitty, they've been out and bought themselves nice things because dopamine hit, very quick, instantaneous fix for all of 24 hours until you realise, shit, I've spent all my money and I've got nothing. This person is being guided to move away from things that don't serve them, and the financial side of things is just, it's keeping them well and truly stuck in something that is not for them. Now, how do you come into this? Because this is definitely not your energy. This person needs to have a little bit more grounded fun. They need some divine intelligence. They need to tap into their spiritual side and listen to the messages that the universe and their guides are sending specifically to them, rather than getting really fucking offended every time somebody tries to give them a little bit of friendly advice, because they take friendly advice as a criticism and that bruises their ego just a little bit. And the universe is forcing this person to sit down and look at the bigger picture, look at the cause and effect, the actions and the reactions that happen from the things that they do or the things that they say to people, because this is chaos. What this person is dealing with is chaos, and they are dealing with it like that because every other time, and there's been many other times, that they've tried to leave a situation that they've not been able to. This feels really like weirdly intertwined, like there's too many cooks in the kitchen at the same time. Oh, there might physically be too many cooks in the kitchen at the same time where this person's concerned. Okay, so what my guides are showing me is a mature gentleman, somebody that's old enough to be able to live by themselves, support themselves, like live a regular kind of life. This person's not doing that. My guides are literally showing me somebody in like a basement or a room in somebody else's house where they exist. And that's all this person is doing. They are existing. But why do they stay there if they're not happy? Oh, because everything's provided. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say, like, this person still lives at home with their parents, or they live, like, in their grandma's basement or something really weird like that, because it's easy. It's not that this person opts out of society. It's just, it's easier for them to do that than to do things properly. And the universe is showing them that that's not going to work for them anymore. This person is like Peter fucking Pan. They are a giant man-child. And they're doing the work, but the people around them aren't very supportive of the work that it is that they are doing to try and get themselves out of this. Because, for example, if this person does live with their parents, they're obviously going to be elderly people that need some form of looking after. And I feel like that is taking a toll on this masculine, because they're doing everything and trying to live their own life at the same time. And obviously, if you're living with your parents as a grown-up, then when you move out, your parents are going to have the same kind of, not necessarily access to you that they did before, but like, there's going to be nobody there to cook the dinners. There's going to be nobody there to take them to like doctors and hospital appointments and things like that. And that's something that they see as really negative, because they see that this masculine, oh, I get it now. Right. So my guides are like, this masculine does everything for the people or persons that he lives with. He does absolutely everything. And this is his way of giving back what he can. This person, it's not that they're not capable of supporting themselves. It's just in the past, they've always chosen toxic behavior. This person might be overcoming some kind of drug addiction or alcohol issue or medication, like over medicating themselves in some way. They've done that previously and they're not doing that anymore. And you'd think that that'd free them up somewhat, and it has done, but they're still stuck in the comfort of like staying where they are because it's easier for them. The universe is not making this easy for them anymore. Their time there has expired, and if you've been with me for quite a while, you'll know when something's expired and it's time to leave, you need to go. Otherwise, the universe will make it so ridiculously energetically unpleasant for you that you've got no choice but to move on. Endings happen for a reason, and when an ending happens, you've got two choices. You can either see the ending and take it for what it is, and endings always lead to new beginnings. You just need to make energetic space for them. Or you can stay in this it's almost ended but it's not kind of going anywhere energy, and while you're in that energy, there's no space for anything new to come in. And that's what this person is realising. I'm not quite sure what the fuck you've got to do with this reading. Sorry, I don't really like prying on what other people are doing. Let's get some blunt cards and find out a bit more about how is the viewer involved in this? How is the viewer involved in this? Oh, you love this person. Whether that's a platonic love or whether that is a full-blown, oh my God, I love you unconditionally kind of thing. You're here to show this person not only what real love is, because they've never experienced it before, but you're also here to help them grow. Wow. My guides are playing Angels by Robbie Williams, and through it all, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong. And that's what you've done in the past with this person, but you're not behaving like that anymore. because this person's chaos and conflict is not your problem. It's really not. And you know it's not. Now, this person, they are avoiding making the changes with the Phoenix card being here in reverse. There is something comfortable about where it is that they are right now, and they don't want to change that. Let me tell you about growth, dude. Growth is fucking uncomfortable as fuck. It is not built for people that you're not going to grow if you're not able to expand in the same kind of way. If you've ever seen like baby doves or ducks or anything like that, if you've watched them from being quite small, when they go to do that first flight out the nest, if they don't do it of their own accord, the mother duck or the father duck will literally push them so that they fly. Because if they don't have that momentum behind them, then they're not going to do it. Okay, there's a high chance that the duck or the baby bird might not be able to flap its wings on the floor. That's what this masculine feels like. They feel like if they leave the comfort of the situation where they are right now and they surrender to the changes are going to be so big that they're not going to be able to manage them, and they're just going to pancake on the floor. I shouldn't laugh because it's not. I mean, it is funny in some respects. If you've ever, if you're watching this, you've probably experienced it yourself, where the universe has made something so fucking uncomfortable that you've got no choice. And if you pancake on the floor, you pancake on the floor, and you learn from that and you get over it. This person, they have all the tools within them. They have grown enough to make this be successful. It's just they choose not to. Until now. This person is having like flashes of divine intelligence, creativity, inner knowing, divine guidance. Like, this person has been shown by the universe what will happen if they leave the situation that they're in, and they've been like, nah, I don't wanna. Go back and watch the reading from the other day. It's titled OMG, I don't want to, you can't make me. This is that kind of energy. This person is comfortable where they are. They don't want things to change. But the universe has already called time on that situation. It's already past time for them to change. And they haven't. So the universe is making it incredibly difficult for them. And rather unpretty as well. Like, the Eagle King's here. It's literally seeing the bigger picture and being granted divine and angelic help from the universe. And this person is mistaking the angelic help that they're being given from the universe for something that it's not. And they're not surrendering to the change. They're not fully allowing themselves to have this Phoenix moment that they need to have. They need to rise from the ashes. And they're not doing. They're just sat there in the smouldering embers going like, maybe not today. Not today, maybe not tomorrow either. I'll do it when I feel like it. And the universe is putting its foot down. Like, seriously, this person who has now shown up twice as the King of Swords in reverse from 2 different decks, and the Emperor in reverse. Like, seriously, this person has the potential to be somebody amazing. It's just, we don't work with potential when people don't see the potential in themselves. You saw the potential. That's why you're here. You saw the potential in this person. You know what it is that they are capable of. You know what it is that this person needs to do. And for some reason, they're just not doing it. My guides are, oh, you gotta live a little bit of Snoop and Dre and Eminem. I act on what I feel and never deal with emotions. I'm used to living big dog style. Oh, fuck. This person thinks that if they ignore what's happening to them, it'll just go away. The more they ignore it, the more difficult and the more uncomfortable it's going to be for them. And it's supposed to be like that. You've shown this person, you've awoken them in some kind of way. You've told them some things about love and about personal growth and about life in general, that they've taken that information on board, but it kind of made them cringe a bit because you triggered them with what it was that you said. Like I was saying earlier, this person doesn't take advice very well from people. They think that people are just being shitty to them, and nobody knows better than me. You tried. You didn't fail because they took on what you've said in a weird sort of way. It's just they're not doing anything about it. And now the universe is like, nah, dude, some action needs to be taken here. You've got to do something to make a change. And if you don't take the steps that the universe is guiding you to take, and you don't make the change, everything blows up in your face. I've said that from the dead dot since I started reading on the internet. Oh geez, you'll know this. But this person just, they've not done it. They like the big dog style that this brings them, but the big dog style doesn't like them anymore because they were never meant for the big dog kind of lifestyle. This is hilarious because on the bottom of the blunt deck, we've got move, you are not a tree. I feel like this person is going to be having some kind of change in their home environment because their home environment is not a healthy place for them anymore. Their home environment has become something that's mentally draining, physically draining, spiritually and energetically draining. This is not fun for them anymore, and they are being shown what could happen. And what could happen for them is really fucking awesome. It's just, they're scared. They're scared that they are going to get pushed out the nest and they are going to pancake again. This isn't the first time that this person has tried to do this. This is like every time this person tries to do it, they fail because they're not doing things in the right kind of way. There's something sneaky. There's something sneaky and not quite the proper way of doing things that's going on here. And if this person just did what they were supposed to, they'd see how easy it was, but there's some reason that they just can't. This person doesn't feel strong. This person doesn't feel strong at the moment, and they feel like all the hard work and effort that they're putting into all of these situations regarding their home and their finances and their job, etc., nothing is paying off for them. And they're like, I've done all this hard work, I've put all this effort in, why is nothing paying off? And the universe isn't letting things pay off for this person because they're not doing it in a divinely intelligent, synchronous kind of way. They're not using the things that they know both in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm. They're not using the intuitive guidance that the universe is giving them. They are not surrendering to this change, with the Phoenix card being here in reverse. And what could happen if they did things properly is like this amazing abundance coming to them, this happy celebration of just life in general, and feeling like you're grateful to be alive and breathing every fucking morning when you wake up. And this person is so out of balance that it's causing them so much inner conflict, and they're still making the wrong conscious choice on what to do. That's definitely a them issue, and it's really not a you issue. But where this person is concerned, there's something that you've shown them or something that you've done for them in the past that is really significant. And even though you, the viewer, might not know this, you've changed this man's life. well, masculine's life, because it could be a female presenting in a masculine energy, but something that you've said or done just by being around this person has changed them at their core, and they don't want to accept that. They don't want to surrender to the fact that they've met you and now they're different, because that would mean to them admitting that the things that they had built up in their 3D life are actually not for them. The universe is taking all of this away. The universe is deconstructing this person's life brick by brick, so they've got no choice, but to get this Phoenix card back up in the upright. They've got to surrender to the change. They've got to allow this resurrection process to occur fully. Now, there's maybe a 95% chance that this person has gone through a dark night of the soul, and you'll know yourself if you've been through a dark night of the soul, which you will have done, maybe 2 or 3 if you're watching me. You'll know the only thing that you can do when your life is deconstructed like that by spirit is to surrender and allow the change to happen. And this person is clinging on to their old way of thinking, their old way of doing things, and it doesn't match their new energy, especially since the devil came out in reverse. And I was saying about toxic behavior and substances that they may have abused in the past, and now they're not doing that. They still want to behave like somebody who was, for their own personal gain in a weird way. This person just needs to chuck their hands up to the universe and go, okay, I surrender. I can do this. And this is like I can do this on my own kind of thing. But whatever it was that's happened to this person in the past that's got them in this hurt people kind of energy, it's the fact that they've not dealt with that and they've just avoided it and bypassed it. It's not doing them any favors, because you can't fully step into your new life until you've completely let go of your old one. And this person is having an epiphany. This is what they are coming to the realization of, that nothing from their old life is going to work anymore. They need to do things in a different kind of way. There needs to be some kind of structural changes in the way that they do things, because if they want this abundance, and it feels like they do, but they're trying to take shortcuts, and the universe is like, no, it doesn't work like that. You need to do the work in a methodical kind of way so that it pans out how you want. There's a likelihood that this person is up all night doing things in the same way that they've always done them, but now they're getting 0 results. This is funny, because this is the second reading I've done in the last couple of weeks that's had absolutely nothing to do with you. So sorry if you came for a reading about your fine self, but this reading is actually about how you've unknowingly helped somebody, you've unknowingly changed their life, but now they're stuck, and they can't allow their new version of self to emerge fully because they're not totally letting go of their old life. So there's conflict, and it's rubbing, not only is it rubbing them up the wrong way, but it's rubbing everybody else around them completely up the wrong way. And people around this person are starting to see that the things that they've done or said in the past just aren't gelling in the same kind of way that they used to. See, this person's been incredibly dishonest in the past. Incredibly dishonest. And they don't get much praise for the good shit that they do. And I don't mean like nobody says please or thank you to them, because they probably do. But nobody ever tells them that they've done a good job. Nobody ever gives them the praise that they need to assist them. If you've ever done something like that yourself, you'll know sometimes there's nothing more comforting than somebody giving you a hug and saying, I'm fucking proud of you. And that's what this person needs. This person needs somebody to say, holy fuck, I'm proud of you. Well done for carrying that on your own. And because nobody says that to this person, and because there's so much dishonesty surrounding them, communication has been something that's really difficult for them. There is going to be some communication though. And this person's going to tell you how much you have changed their life. And you don't realise this. You have changed this person's life beyond all recognition. They are so much of a different person now than to when they met you. And especially if you've not seen or heard from this person for a really long time, it's going to become apparent incredibly quickly just how much growing this person has done. And you'll be able to see why they keep thwarting the self by reverting back to old patterns, doing old things that used to work for them. You're the only person that can help them get out of this. You are the only person that they know that has been through something similar, and you've still managed to come out the other side smelling of fucking roses. And you are really admired by this person for not only your emotional intelligence, but for the way that you communicate with people, for the way that you are always fair and balanced, for the way that you just know how to handle your shit. And if this person, they could learn a thing or two from you, more than they've already taken already. You have the solution to this person's issue. You have like a missing piece or a missing bit of information that they're going to be able to use to get this Phoenix card back upright again. You have something to say to them that's going to be able to help them surrender to this resurrection that the universe is forcing them to go through. Not only have you got a lot of patience, but you're also very still and very calm, and you're rational, and you think before you speak, and you are incredibly intelligent. You're very good at listening to what it is that the universe says to you. You are amazing with dealing with the guidance that is sent to you from spirit. You've got amazing discernment, and your higher knowing is just bang on every single time. You are a communicator on behalf of the divine. You pay attention to the energetic undercurrents that nobody else does. And you're generous. You've given a lot to this person, and they've taken a lot from you. But the Lady of the Gift card being here on the bottom of this deck, like, you're now withholding that from this person because, like the lyric says, you don't do what you're supposed to do. And it's paying off. You use your discernment, you have a clear vision, and you have all the details from your spirit team. This person also has a clear vision and all the details from their spirit team, but their ego and the monkey mind is in the fucking arrow like this, trying to talk them out of it. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. When your ego tries to talk you out of doing something, it doesn't speak in the first person. It refers to you as you rather than me. When your higher self is talking, it's like, I can do this. I am amazing. When your ego or the voice inside your head talks to you, it's like, you can't do that, dickhead. Yeah, you can. You just tell it to shut the fuck up, because the you can't do that part is not coming from a higher place. It's coming from a lower place. And let's not forget, everybody has an ego. Your ego's whole job is to protect you, even if it makes you feel stuck. And half of the battle of dealing with a total, complete transformation and an absolute resurrection like the Phoenix is overcoming what it is that your ego is telling you that you cannot do. You know how to overcome your ego because you listen to the things that the divine says to you. This person, on the other hand, they are unable to differentiate between their higher self and their lower self. So they're maybe not privy to the information that I just shared about how when it's your higher self talking, you're in the first person, and when it's your lower self talking, it refers to you as you, not I. And that's the difference. That's what you've learned. That is the missing piece of information that you have for this person. But you're not, that's a bit backwards to come forwards, but we're going with it. You're not giving that to this person until they are honest with you. They communicate properly. Because this person, they're not very good at communicating. I mean, they're good at talking, but when they open their mouth, a lot of fucking hot airs come out in the past. This person is not good at saying how they feel. They're not good at dealing with emotions. They've got this big dog raw bravado energy that's not doing them any favors at all at the moment. This person needs your stillness. This person needs your kindness and your consideration and your compassion, but you also need to use your discernment at the same time. I mean, you're a good person if you're watching this. You're probably going to help them anyway, but don't let the fact that you're going to help this person again be detrimental to your life, because since you met this person, you've grown, you've done the hard work, you've put the effort in, you've learned to love yourself just a little bit more. Not in a selfish kind of way, but you've got strong boundaries now compared to when you met this person. And when you first met this person, your boundaries were maybe non-existent, or if you did have boundaries, they were very easily pushed over. My guides are showing me, you know, like in a car park where they have the bollards that have the sensors on that go down when that your sensors were like, this person made you let your sensors down so that they could like roll over your boundaries, and you're not having that anymore. This person sees that as well. Whatever it is that you have had in the past with this person, whether it was a full-blown relationship, whether it was a situationship, or whether it was something platonic, this isn't over. You were here to show this person what it is that they could be. And that's why I said about not just seeing people's potential anymore. Potential is no longer good enough for you, but you saw the potential in this person. You've always seen what it is that this person could be. And the fact that they don't do it has got to a point where it's a little bit offensive for this new version of you. And it doesn't fit with the person that you're growing into. And this person sees that. And now they've got no choice. That's funny. My granddad is literally showing me a schoolboy with little shorts on and a cap being told to pull his socks up. That's what you're doing. You are, I'm not even going to say you're actively waiting for this person to pull the socks up anymore. You just like, you're over here doing your thing and they're over there doing whatever it is that they're doing, trying to pull the socks up and failing apparently. But you see that and you know that, and your spirit team have intervened. Your guides have said, no, you are not allowed to help this person until they come correct, until they understand that everything is reciprocal, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a partnership, whether this is somebody you love unconditionally. There still needs to be some kind of reciprocation in order for it to work properly. Like if you're friends with somebody and the other person is just doing all the taking and you're doing all the giving, that's not a friendship. That's somebody taking the fucking piss out of you. And they see that now. They see that they have not acted in a way that was good for you. how they've acted in the past has probably been a bit detrimental towards you. That's why you've had to do all this personal growth. That's why your boundaries are super fucking strong now. That's why you've put the work and effort in. That's why you're a different person that's sitting here today watching this than the person that you were on the day when you met this individual. And the universe is like, no, this person needs to find balance in their life if they want this happiness that they're striving for, that they just can't find. They're going to have to bring themselves into balance, otherwise it's not going to work. And they know that they have to reciprocate what it is that you've given them in the past. And honestly, reciprocation, correct communication, and being honest instead of telling half-truths or withholding information. They know that they can't do that anymore. And that's the way that they've always done things, and it scares the shit out of them. Being open and honest scares the fucking bejeebus out of this person. And the universe is making them be open and honest, not just with you, but with the people that are around them, because this person is so not happy anymore, and they need that happiness and that drive so that they're able to continue. And until they do the right thing, the universe is going to block them at every single fucking opportunity. If you're the masculine energy that I've been talking about and you're watching this, dude, move. You are not a fucking tree. You are a human. You're not rooted to the spot. You don't owe anything to anybody. What you do is you owe things to yourself. You owe it to yourself to make this change. You owe it to yourself to allow this transformation to be complete. Because, dude, you got the potential here to be the emperor with the king of fucking swords twice. And you just keep on passing it up. This person needs to grow a pair of bollocks. They need to put their big boy pants on, pull their socks up, grow some balls, and do the difficult shit that they've seen you do. You didn't have a guidebook or a handbook. You didn't have any people there to hold your hand while you were going through all that crap, while you were doing all that gut-wrenching personal growth, while you were learning to love yourself. You didn't have that. This person doesn't realise how blessed and lucky they are to even have somebody like you around them that is still willing in some way, shape or form to assist them with whatever it is that they are going through, so that they can actually come back out the other side and be a better person. This has been slow as fucking molasses coming together. This has taken a really, really, really long time, because at every turn, at every possible opportunity the universe has given them, they've done the wrong thing. They've gone in the wrong direction. If you've ever been in a play at a theatre, this person has totally exited stage right when the directions told them to exit stage left. They've not landed on the X on the spot. They've not landed on the mark. They've not done it. They now have no choice but to do it. And they know that the only person that can help them is you. And they know that in order to get the help that they need from you, they're going to have to tell you some shit. And that shit that they tell you is going to be really fucking uncomfortable for them. Grab yourself some popcorn with some teeny tiny M&Ms in it, because they're my favourite. And it's the best way to eat popcorn. Grab yourself your popcorn, because the universe is literally like... This is not even front row seats. This is VIP backstage passes that the universe is giving you to this. Fuck's sake, when you hear from this person, under no circumstances should you say, I told you so. Because if you say, I told you so to this person, I feel like it's really going to tip them over the edge. This person needs kid gloves at the moment. They need a little bit of extra care, extra effort, and extra attention. But you stay right there. Don't text them, don't pick your phone up, don't call them, don't visit them. They need to come to you. And when they come to you, then you can help them. If you decide that that's the right thing for you personally to do. If it's not, then it's okay to say no. You didn't realise that before though, did you? That's maybe why this person's been in your life for such a long time, because not only did you have a lesson to learn from this person, which is about personal growth, self-love, boundaries, and the way that you handle yourself or deal with people. In certain situations, this person, they're now going through the exact same thing. And don't get it twisted, because according to this person, you've made it look easy. You know for a fact that it wasn't easy. You know that people have only seen the tip of the damn iceberg from the growth that you've had to do. They've not seen all the other shit that you needed to do underneath it. This person's about to. I really hope that that was helpful for you. If you want to book in for a personal reading or sign up to my newsletter, visit spirituallystevie.com. Hi, Bear. I better go now. The cats are hungry. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.